75% of snakes in the world will squeeze their food to death. Not just big giant snakes. We have a snake in Canada that's 8 inches long that will wrap around a mole and kill it. 75% of snakes will squeeze. 20% of snakes are venomous snakes. They will inject their prey with venom. The prey will eventually die somewhere, and then the snake finds it and eats it. You can't be both. Constricting snakes are not venomous snakes. This guy is a constrictor. He's not a venomous snake. A venomous snake will not be able to squeeze. All right, so you have to be one or the other. Which leaves 5% of snakes in the world that will actually not kill their food at all. They're called overpowering snakes. You guys, when you were young, even now, you might have seen a garter snake swallowing a frog. That frog, his legs are still moving because the snake didn't bother killing the frog at all. All right, so 5% of snakes, like garter snakes, will just swallow it whole without killing it first. This guy here is a constricting snake. The rat's not that warm anymore, so hopefully he'll still be hungry. I told these guys are very hungry, so what they're going to do, he's going to attack this food in his bin. They feel more comfortable in their bin, in their environment. Once he has the rat, I will take him out so that everyone can see him properly, okay guys? So you don't have to come up over here or stand up or anything like that, because this won't take long if he grabs it. There's a couple in there. Oh. Really? He's going to wrap around it, make sure that it's dead. Alright? So, this sometimes takes a little while, right? Being in captivity like this, he has no idea that the rat is already dead, so he's going to wait and feel the heartbeat stop and all that kind of stuff. And that might take a little while because he doesn't mind what's going on. It's not moving at all, it's not fighting back. So he's going to squeeze as hard as he can. So this is a yellow anaconda, guys. This is a cousin to the green anacondas. Green anacondas is what were shown in the movie Anaconda. They get a lot bigger. This guy here, the yellow anaconda, is probably like more, get about 10, 12 feet. Right? Yeah, oh yeah, there's a spider as well. That's somebody else's food. So, do you want it? You hungry? Well, he's coming to see you. You can grab him if you want. Let's see. He's a resident here. He doesn't belong to any of the cages or anything like that, right? Oh, did you let go? Alright, it's dead. Alright, so now what he's going to do, hopefully, it may take a while as well, for him to be able to swallow the rat, it is so much easier for a snake to swallow from the head down than any other part of his body. If he starts with the arm of an animal and goes down, once he gets to the shoulder, it'll be a lot harder to swallow the rest once it's here. If he swallows from the head down, the rest of his body, the rat's body is going to do this, and then he can swallow it all, no problem at all. So hopefully he's going to find the head and start swallowing it. Okay, so we commence à trouver la tête, avaler de la tête aux pieds. Il laisse les fesses pour le dessert. Alright, so he likes the bum for his dessert. That's what he likes. So, now that's a pretty big rat, but he can handle something bigger than that still. Snakes can do something with their jaws, which enables them to swallow things much bigger than their heads. So ils peuvent faire quelque chose avec leur tête, leur mâchoire pour pouvoir avaler quelque chose de plus gros que sa tête. Once again, this is written in books. You guys have probably heard about this often growing up. What can snakes do with their jaws? Come apart. Come apart. Dislocating is what they say. They dislocate their jaws. Ils vont démancher leur mâchoire. Scientists have known for over 60 years that snakes cannot dislocate their jaws, and yet we are still saying that snakes can dislocate their jaws. It makes no sense. If he unlocks them, if he dislocates them, if he unhinges them, he would have nothing attaching it to his body. Imagine dislocating your jaw. You bring it back up. You couldn't. It needs to be attached. Alright, so what they do with their jaws, they have a mouth like this. On va te montrer comment sa bouche bouge. Il ouvre sa bouche comme ça ici. He'll open his mouth like this. He has extra bones, so he can actually do this as well. So it's attached to his body, these bones. Touch your chin bone. Touch ton menton ici. Touch your chin bone. One big piece. Theirs is split in the middle here. Opens his mouth like this, opens his mouth like this, and also like this. Look how much bigger my mouth just became. Alright? So nothing got detached from my body, but yet my mouth got a lot bigger. And because he doesn't have a fork and knife, because he doesn't have arms to cut it in small pieces, he will swallow the whole thing and he's going to use his shin bones. Once they're out like this, he can use his shin bone as muscles and push the rat down his throat. Okay, so vous dites, ça mâchoire pour pousser le bras dans sa gorge. I was hoping he would have started by now, but he hasn't started yet. So, this sometimes can take a while. We have, every once in a while, I don't know if you saw there's a big reticulated python in there. He will eat like sometimes a baby pig or a baby goat. And it will take about half an hour to an hour for this thing to be, just for the show to be finished. Sometimes, just because it takes him a while to swallow it. So this guy here might take a little while as well. So we're not actually going to finish. See, has he started it now? So, he's still looking for the head. And I noticed when I took him out, I should have put more hot water on it because the rat was actually getting cold a little bit. So he might be a little confused. He can't sense the heat from the head, right? And yeah, that's a good question. I don't know how they find the head. It must be like some kind of smell, or that the head must produce some other kind of smell or heat that they recognize. But that's why he's probably having problems right now, because the rat wasn't as warm as it should have been. So,
He's going to eat the rat.
So yeah, he will eventually eat the rat, hopefully. So again, guys, this can take a while. What happens is after he swallowed the rat, he uses his arm to push it down his throat. He will actually use his throat muscles, and he's going to do like an S shape on his throat to push the rat down his throat. Now again, in cartoons, you will see a bump go all the way down the rat, all the way down the snake. That doesn't really happen. You will see a small bump all the way down to the stomach. Once it gets digested into the stomach, it goes through the intestine. You will not see the bump anymore. But what people don't realize, this is an animal that eats. If it's an animal that eats, it's an animal that poops. Alright, so snakes do have a bum. They do go to the bathroom after a while. A rat that size will take him about a week to digest, and then he will go to the bathroom and he'll, just like any other animal. Alright, is he starting now?
Yeah.
Kind of, right? And he's got him by the head, which is good. That's a perfect, you can see it from here. You can see that little split there? And the skin, that stretches out, so you can actually open his mouth a lot bigger. He's still trying to, what are you doing? Snakes are not the brightest of animals, you know, like.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
Is that spider?
Where did that spider go now? So we'll get him started. I'm going to put him in here, guys. You guys can watch him in here if you want, or come back. What we're going to do, I'd like to go feed the alligators. All right, we have 2 big alligators in the back, guys. They're about 500 pounds. I cannot bring them in this room. So we're actually going to head over there to feed them. All you do is take a towel, okay? Do take a towel. So then you put him in this aquarium, guys. And then, again, if you guys want to come back and see him later on, hopefully he'll either almost be done. This is usually where I get bitten, so. Alright, so now he thinks the rat just moved again, so now he's squeezing it even harder. So it might take him a while before he gets started. So what we're going to do, we're going to walk, not to run. If you guys don't know where they are, at the end of the last hallway, there's a big aquarium on the side of this room. There's glass windows. Find yourself a spot near the windows, guys. I'll meet you there in about 30 seconds.
Look at this guy. He's an American alligator.
Oh, they know so first of all, I'd like to introduce you guys to our alligators, Stuart and Chase. Stuart is on the platform. Chase is waiting in the water. Alligators are very, very smart animals. They recognize my voice. They know I am Sylvain, the zookeeper. They recognize their own names. They know when it's feeding time. They know when there's people around that food might.
Watch out.
Stuart, come in here.
Oh, wow.
That
was cool.
That's all water.